My name is Akoa Shen, and I'm so happy to be with you tonight. And tonight is going to be a wonderful night. 6 reasons you should have sex every day. 6 reasons you should have sex. And I'm talking about a couple. 6 reasons married people need to have sex every day. Let me tell you something. In this video, you are going to learn a lot of things. You see, most of married homes are breaking apart. Yeah, I can see Akosia Ampoma. God bless you for joining. Please let me know where you are watching us from, and please share this video. Most homes are breaking apart. Most homes are breaking every day. They are breaking every day because that home lack good sex. And you see, sex is something that people don't normally talk about. You see, sometimes it is not easy for people to open up and share their life story or and educate married people or married couples about sex. We don't talk about it in the church. And even in the church, when we talk about marriage, we go and hire somebody to come or we invite somebody to come and teach us about sex. But I'm saying that if we are going to learn how to enjoy good sex, if we are going to learn how to live with good sex, we are going to have a good marriage. We are going to have a prosperous home. Because many homes, so many Christians are divorcing. Sometimes it is so sad that you don't see the Muslims. You don't see the Muslims. You don't see their marriage breaking apart. But you see every day, you see Christians filing for divorce every day. And I'm saying that one of the reasons that people do file for divorce, one of the reasons people don't enjoy their marriage is because they lack of sex in the marriage. So tonight we are going to talk about so many things, and we are going to discuss so many things. And I believe that if we can understand some of this content, if we can understand some of the things that we are going to talk about, we are going to see a successful marriage. Please share this video wherever you are. Share this video wherever you are. See, number one thing that we need to understand is that I have been saying that men are always ready for sex. Men are always ready for sex. And I'm saying that if you're a man and you don't like having sex, if you're a man and you don't love sex, it means there's something wrong with that man. I am telling you honestly. I'm a man, I know what I'm talking about. I've been receiving so many calls. I have been receiving so many messages when I started this program. I've been receiving so many messages, and the women especially, they are telling me that sometimes they are always tired to give sex to their spouse. Sometimes they are tired because they go to work, and when they come home, they take care of house stuff, and at the end of the day, they cook and they take care of the children, and at the end of the day, sometimes when they go to bed, they are tired. So I asked one particularly that, are you really sure that when your husband demands sex from you, are you really sure that at times he said, Pastor, no, I always want to give excuse. Now, that is not the fault of the woman. Okay? Men, we are carriers. Men, we give sperms. Men, we give. That is why one man can marry 3 or 4 women. That's why one man can marry about 3 or 2 women. Because men, they love sex. And see, tonight, one of the things that we need to understand is that sex builds intimacy. When you have regular sex, when you are married and you have regular sex, it builds intimacy in that marriage. Let me explain it. Every marriage, that like any marriage that will work, okay, that marriage demands a lot of sex. Okay, that sex in that marriage will strengthen the emotional bond between the two. Okay, if you are married and you have regular sex, it always it always strengthens the marriage, and it always have emotional bond between the couple. Let me tell you something. Even in marriage, you realize that at times the couple, they will fight, and when they fight, they sometimes use sex to settle the fight. Okay, I can see my brother Gilbert Asare, Pastor Gilbert Asare, watching us all the way from Jamaica. Pastor, they do not, but some of them don't like to have their wives by side chicks. Okay, so let's continue. So when you have a lot of sex in marriages, when you have a lot of sex, it always strengthens emotional bond between the two. It always strengthens the emotional bond. So if you are a married man or a married woman, and at the end of the day, your partner does not love sex, you have to educate your partner. And there are so many ways that you have to educate your partner. There are so many ways that you have to expose your partner to knowledge. And I said that you can expose your partner to teachings like this. You can take your partner to a counselor, for the counselor to share certain things with your partner, because it is not normal that you a man and your wife demands sex from you. You tell the wife that you don't want to have sex. And I'm saying that in marriages, at times the women, they give a lot of excuse. The women give a lot of excuse. Listen to me. Today I have had about 10 calls. And the 10 calls that I've had, because of the teachings that I made 3 days ago and yesterday, all the 10 calls that I had made, I was able to interview the people, and they told me that sometimes they as couples, sometimes they fight because of sex. Because sometimes the women are they sometimes are not in the mood. Some of the women are not in the mood, and sometimes the women, they want the husband to understand them, but the husband will not understand. Why should the man understand you that you are not in the mood? Now let me tell you something. So if your husband want to have sex with you and you say that you are not in the mood, where do you expect your husband to go? Or if your wife want to have sex with you and you tell your wife that you are not in the mood, where do you expect your wife to go and have the sex? So indirectly, you are telling your wife, you are telling the husband to go outside and go and have sex with another lady. That is why a lot of marriages, you see, the side chicks especially, the side chicks are always on standby. And these side chicks can give the husbands any style that they want. These side chicks can perform so well, and sometimes the husbands will even forget about their wives. Because one thing I've realized that when it comes to sex, okay, most of the wives, they don't want to improve their sex life. Most of the wives, they don't want to improve their sex life. They always want to adjust to old way of having sex. And sometimes when the man is trying to expose the wife to different level of sex, the wife will question the man. So where did you learn all these things? Sometimes if the woman want to expose the husband to different level of sex or different style, the man will tell the woman, what say, look at you, you are showing, where did you learn some of these skills? But what I want to tell you, for you to understand, is that it is good to enjoy sex. And I'm saying that if you are going to have regular sex, if you are going to have a lot of sex, it has so many benefits in life. And we are going to talk about some of the benefits. And I said that every marriage or sex helps to strengthen the emotional bond between the two. And for any marriage to be successful, it is important for the couples to need to have a lot of sex. For any marriage to be successful, it is important that the couple, they should have a lot of sex. Let me tell you something. If the couples decide to have a lot of sex, it will be difficult for the marriage to collapse. Listen to me. One of the reasons why marriages fail is because of sex. I'm telling you honestly. One of the reasons why marriages fail is because of sex. One of the reasons why marriages fail is because of sex. Is because when the woman is not giving the man enough sex, the man will go outside and try to have sex with other women. And let me tell you something. Yesterday I said that if your husband is cheating on you, if your husband is having sex with other women or other woman, why is that is she having sex, or why is that is he having sex with other man? He's having sex with other woman because you have refused to perform your duty. And I said that The side chicks are always on standby. The side chicks are always on standby to give sex to the husbands. And you see, one of the things that we need to understand is that as soon as they marry, they become so adamant when it comes to sex, especially when they give birth. Listen to me, I have done this research and I know what I'm talking about. When they have children, they have 2, 3 children, and they think that, forget it. You can do anything that you want. I'm tired. You can do anything that you want. I'm tired. Because women, they need affection. Women don't love sex. Listen to me. Women don't love sex. Women need affection. So in nature, men, they love sex more than women. Because the man always think about sex. The thought in the man's life every day, they have about 19 thoughts a day. And this 19 thought is all about sex. And the woman also always have 10 thoughts about sex every day. And even some of the women, they sometimes are in the mood, but they want the man to even approach them. They want the man to even approach her and say that, I want to have sex with you, or I want to enjoy you. And it is wrong. Sex shouldn't be something that the man will always come to the woman. The man will always come and say that, I want to enjoy you. No. It should be home and away match. It should be home and away match. We have to take it as Champions League. Okay? We have to take it as Champions League. Home and away. Today home. Tomorrow away. You understand? But if it is going to be every day, the man demanding, every day the man demanding, the man will become tired. And if the man will resort to another person outside. And let me tell you something. These side chicks are serious. These side chicks are so desperate. They are so desperate to have your husband. They are so desperate to break your home. They are so desperate that they will take the joy from you. And these side chicks, now because of social media, they've been able to study a lot of things. They've been able to study a lot of sex positions. They've been able to study so many things. So if your husband get exposed, if your husband exploits a side chick who is so smart and intelligent in bed, who is so delicious in bed, it will be difficult for your husband to come back to you. I'm telling you. It will be very difficult for the husband to come back to you after you have been giving him 1845 star, whilst the side chick is giving him 21st century star. Let's take it serious. I'm telling you. I know what I'm talking about. Ochiame Kwame, I heard him say that every day they have been having sex. He has been having sex with the wife every day. On the day that they will go on break is when the wife is menstruating. When the wife is menstruating, they don't have sex. But they always have sex every day. That is what Ochiame Kwame said. They said that they always have sex every day. So sex is something that you have to enjoy. Listen to me. If you are watching me and you are married and you say you don't enjoy sex, then you have to train your mind. You have to train your mind and train yourself to enjoy sex, because it is something that God made to strengthen the bond between the two. And when you have constant sex, when you have sex every day with your partner, it will be difficult for other man or it will be difficult for other woman to take away your wife or to take away your husband from you. Because every day you are enjoying each other every day. You are enjoying each other every day. And number two, sex improves cardiovascular health. Sex improves cardiovascular health. You see, let me tell you something. A recent study shows that if you have sex every day, you have lesser risk of getting heart attack. The research shows that if you have sex every day, especially the men, if they have sex every day, they have lesser risk of having a heart attack, because sex itself is what? Is exercise. Sex is what? Is exercise. So when you do all the acrobatics on bed, when you do all the miracles, all the acrobatics, and all the you explore all the positions on bed, you are doing exercise. You are exercising your body. You are exercising. So it always improves that cardiovascular health. And those who have a lot of sex. I'm not saying go out if you're a man and I'm not saying go out and have sex with different women. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying that you need to have sex with your partner, your wife that you cherish, your wife that you love, your husband that you love. You need to have sex. You need to have a lot of sex. Regular sex is good. Regular sex will allow or will help the marriage to become strong. It is good. So the woman, because we the men, we are always ready. 99% of the men are always ready for sex. 99% of the men are always ready for sex. I am telling you. So the women, you have to make things easy for us. Make things easy for us. You see, if you condition your mind to do something, the body will follow. If you condition your mind that you are going to do this, the body will follow. The mind controls the system. Your mind controls your system. Your mind controls your body. So what I'm saying is that from today, program your mind, condition your mind that you want to live long on this earth, and you want to stay and live with this man for the rest of your life. And so far as you live on this earth, you are not going to allow any man to take away your husband. You are not going to allow any woman. You are not going to allow any woman to take away your husband, and you're not going to allow any man to take away your wife. And the men should do exercise. The men stop eating sugar. The men should stop eating starchy foods. Okay, so if you are going to do exercise for you to have a strong waist, because you need a strong waist to perform. And the reason why sometimes the women don't give sex, okay, to the husbands, are that the husbands cannot perform. That is the truth. The husbands cannot perform, because if you are 1 minute man, if you are 2 minute man, and you are always giving 2 minutes sex, 1 minute sex, 30 seconds sex, when you are coming to your wife to have an affair or to have sex with your wife, no, that is worth, because as you are coming, there is nothing that you are coming to do. And some of the men are so selfish. The men are so selfish that whenever they want to have sex, they don't even start romance or foreplay or something like that. They want to penetrate the woman just like that. And if you are going to do that, because it sometimes it takes a long time for women to have orgasm. So the men, they need to do a lot of work. The men need to do a lot of work. Yes, she will push you away. The men need to do it. So sometimes we the men, we program our women for them to reject us, because we are not prepared to work on our system. We are not prepared to work on our waist. We are not prepared to do exercise. We are not prepared to have a long sex. And we need to make sure that after you have released, you have to make sure that your wife will also have orgasm. And if your wife is not having orgasm, let me tell you something, she will not allow you to have any sex with her again. Sex is exercise, and it circulates blood in your system. Go after this program, you can go on Google and check. Sex is an exercise. Is it? Reynolds is saying that this is hard theory to understand. Master, how do you train your mind to have sex every day with the same woman for a decade? Mentally, you die miserably. Please teach us well. It is not true that you die miserably. You have to understand certain things. Okay. When I say every day, I'm not saying every day. So you should do it every day. And there are some people that they are doing every day. So maybe you don't have that strength to do it every day. So if you don't have that strength to do it every day, it depends on you that you are going to do it 3 times in the week or 4 times in the week. or once in a week. That one depends on you. But there are some people that they do it every day. And I'm saying that research. So you go to Google and you go and search. You do your research and you go and search about what I'm talking about. And you go and search what I'm talking about. And you know the truth about what I'm saying. Okay? Now, when you talk about sex, number 3, it increases mutiny. Having sex regularly with your wife boosts your immune system. When you have sex regularly or every day, it boosts your immune system. Listen to me. Sometimes, some men are too weak. I'm telling you. Some men are too weak to perform. Some men cannot perform. Some men cannot perform. When I say every day, it doesn't mean that every day, so you should have it every day. This is common sense. You understand? It doesn't mean that every day, because let me tell you something. A lot of women are starving the husbands. They are starving the husband. So I want it to become a point that the women are also going to give the husband sex till the day that the husband says, okay, now I'm tired. That is all that I want to achieve. That is all that I want to achieve. That the woman will give it to the men. That the men will say, now we are tired. Because I want it to be in the way that the men will stop going outside. Because sometimes the men sometimes blame the woman. And you see a lot of so many fights in the room. And them and friends and to quack it and getting with them to quack. All because the women are not ready to give sex to the other. So I decided to entitle this message every day. Every day doesn't mean you have to do it every day. This is an agreement between you and your wife. Okay, so let's continue. So having sex regularly or every day boosts your immune system, which makes your body stronger against sickness like fever. Sex always boosts your immune system. I'm telling you. Sex boosts your immune system. When you have good sex with the right partner, when you have good sex with the person that you love, it always boosts your immune system. And you are always strong. You see, in life, your immune system are always fighting against sickness. Your immune system are always fighting against certain kind of diseases. So if you have regular sex, okay, it always boosts your immune system. I'm not talking about other women. I'm talking about when you are married and the woman that you love. If you are going to have regular sex with a woman, it is always going to boost your immune system. Another point, sex reduces stress. Sex reduces stress. I'm telling you, sex will always reduce stress from you. Having sex regularly with your partner reduce stress in life or reduce stress in your life. You see, sometimes when you are disturbed in life, sometimes when your business are not going well, sometimes when things are not going well, and you decide to enjoy sex with your wife, it reduces stress in your life. It reduces stress in your life. When you are under pressure, and you try to have sex with your wife or with your partner, it reduces that pressure. It reduces that stress from you. So what I want to say is that you are not supposed to starve your husband. You're not supposed to starve your wife from sex. It is good to give to your husband as long as he needs it. It is good to give to your wife as long as she needs it. Don't say, what say? Don't say, what we are showing. Don't say, where did you learn this style? No. You have to prepare. Let me tell you something. You can train your mind to do anything on this earth. You can train yourself to do anything on this earth. Training your mind to do certain things or training your mind to do anything doesn't mean that I'm saying you have to do it every day. You can train yourself. Now, look at somebody. Look at our military men. Look at the pilot, look at a doctor. When they came to this world, they were not doctors, they were not military men, but they've trained the system, they've trained their mind. When you bought your car, you didn't know how to drive. You went to the driving school to learn how to drive, and today you can drive because you've programmed your mind, and today you can drive. So what I'm saying is that you can train your mind to do anything on this earth. And another point is that sex promotes longevity. Sex, when they have a lot of sex, it promotes. I will keep on saying that having a lot of sex. I'm saying that having a lot of sex with your wife, having a lot of sex with your partner, not having sex with other women, having a lot of sex with one person, having a lot of sex with the woman that you love, having a lot of sex with the man that you love, will always do what? Promote longevity. It promotes longevity. Listen to me. Men who have more sex with their partner live longer than men who have few sex. Research. Go and research about this. Men who have so much sex with their wife, okay, live longer according to research more than men who have few sex. So sex is good. Listen to me. Everything that God created, He created it for a purpose. God created the man and the woman to enjoy life on this earth. God created the woman for the man, and He created the man for the woman. So let us understand some of these things, and let us educate ourselves in some of these things. We should not say that we are Christians and so we don't need some of these things. We need sex as married people or married couples to survive. We need sex so that we can strengthen our relationship, so that we can strengthen the marriage. Sex, last point, sex brings happiness in marriage. You cannot tell me, say, a house or any home that the woman is not giving sex to the husband. You cannot tell me, say, any home that the man is not giving the husband sex. There is happiness in that home. I have solved so many marriage issues. And the marriage issues that I have been solving every day as a pastor, one thing that keeps coming up every day is sex. The issues that I've been solving every day, one thing that keeps coming up is sex. And there was this church in Ghana, the church, the Women Fellowship. Okay, the Women Fellowship, the church is a big church. So all the branches in Ghana, all the branches in the world, they had a meeting for the women. And they asked the Asaf Mame, the pastor's wife, that what is the one challenge that they are facing in that marriage? And they said about 95% of the Asaf Mame said that their husbands are not giving them good sex. These are pastors' wives saying that their husbands are not giving them sex. Their husbands are starving them. Their husbands are not giving them good sex. Let me tell you something. When it comes to sex, no matter how the person is, whether the person is Pope John Paul, whether the person is a bishop or whatever, if that man is not enjoying good sex, and I've said it over and over that Solomon, who was a wise king, married 700 women and 300 girlfriends. Okay, now in the Bible, in the Old Testament, you see people who were great marrying 2 women. And you see, when we were growing up, my grandfather, for instance, had 3 women. And my grandfather was at the age of 80 years, and he had another daughter. Now, let me tell you something. When at that time that I was growing up, that I saw men with 3 wives, with 4 wives, I'm not saying it's a good thing, but you see that all the men with 3 wives, 4 wives, sometimes they live long. Most of them, they live long. And at times, you will see that the women are always fighting that their husbands will come and spend the night with them. So the husband will share their days. Today it is Akosia's turn. Tomorrow it is Ajua's turn. The next day, so the man will sleep in your house or will sleep in your bedroom for this week or this whole month or this whole week, and the following week the man will also go to another person, and the women, they were happy. They were happy. But today, because of Christianity, and it is good, I believe, I'm a pastor, I believe that every man should marry one wife. But today, as a result of that, the women are also taking advantage. And I'm saying that I have been solving marriage issues. And these marriage issues that I've been solving, one thing that keeps coming up is sex and job. Sex and job. So let us treat some of these things as a matter of what? Agents, as a matter of we shouldn't ignore some of these things and think say is a Christopher intino. It is very, very important. And somebody told me that the side chicks are helping the married woman. Because if there is a lot of pressure in the house and you cannot absorb that pressure in that house, the side chick is ready to absorb that pressure for you. That is why your husband can even buy a brand new car for the side chick, but he will not buy a brand new car for you. Let me tell you something, man, we shouldn't joke. If you think that sex is not all that important, how come that a married woman, because the husband is not having time for her, a married woman can sleep with a younger boy, with a young boy, and still spend money on him? I know a guy that I told the guy to stop. I know a guy that was sleeping with a doctor's wife. And the guy confided in me and said, Pastor, look at this. Look at this thing. The man is not having time for the wife. So it was the young boy that was sleeping with what? With the woman. And I told the boy to stop, because it is a sin for you to sleep with another man's wife. And the guy stopped. And the day that the guy stopped, the woman cried. The woman cried. The woman cried that the guy has stopped having an. This woman is older than this boy for more than 20 years. But the boy was giving him a lot of good sex. The boy was giving him good sex. And this woman can go and see this boy every day for sex. And the woman was doing so many things for this boy. So far as or so long as this boy can satisfy her. So what I want to say is that let us be cautious about some of these things. We need to be awakened that it is good for us to have sex regularly. And regularly, I'm not saying that you should have sex every day. If you can have it every day, it is good that you have it every day. Because Ochame Kwame said that they have been enjoying sex every day. I saw him saying this on TV, that the only day that they will not have sex is when the wife is in menstruation period. Let me tell you something. If you refuse to perform your duty, somebody will perform that duty for you. God will not come from heaven and sleep with your wife. God will not come from heaven and sleep with your husband. You see, you need to be wise. You have to be wise and make sure that you will understand some of these things. If you think that you are sleeping, you are having an affair with other woman, you have to stop. Because human beings are teachable. You can teach your wife to do all the things, all the acrobatics, all the styles that you need. You can teach your wife to do it for you. You can teach your husband to do it for you. See, sometimes our approach to certain things, sometimes the way we present the case, the way we talk to our partners when it comes to sex, the case well, because we always want to accuse them. Yes, it was KSM show that Ochame Kwame said it. Ochame Kwame said this on national television, that he has been having sex every day with the wife. And Kevin Prince Boateng, former Black Star player, Kevin Prince Boateng, I saw Kevin Prince Boateng say that they always have sex every day. So if you cannot have it every day, it doesn't mean that somebody cannot have it every day. Somebody, and some people, they enjoy having sex every day. And research also shows that having sex every day is good. Having it regular is good. And men who have a lot of regular sex, they can live longer than men who don't have sex, or who have been having few sex. So I want to challenge you, and I want to condition you for you to understand that it is good to have sex regularly. Listen to me. When you met your wife, when you married, you guys were enjoying yourself every day, or you guys were enjoying yourself regularly. But now, it is not like when you married. You need to sit down and ask yourself, you need to see, let us have timetable for our wife. Let us have timetable for the wife. Our wife are so precious to us. Let us adore our wives. Let us have, a lot of work. Master, you need to take a break. Take a break. I'm not saying take a break and have time with the family. So I would suggest that within the week, from Monday to Sunday, you need to have one particular day. Let your wife choose one particular day that maybe you live outside or wherever you are. That one particular day is going to be a day for your wife. So even if you go to work, you have to come home early. You have to come home early. Okay? Yes, too much of everything is bad. I understand, too much of everything is bad. Regular is good. So you have to come home early. You come home early and you spend time with the family. You spend time with your wife. You have to take your wife, take her out. And it is not only the wife, and it's not only the husband. Wife, you can also take your husband out. Take your husband out. Go and spend time with your husband. Don't say that you are waiting for, Akosia said that, Pastor, the kind of job men do abroad sometimes makes them tired and are always solving the woman. That's why I'm saying that even though they are tired, we should find a way to do some of these things. We should find a way to do some of these things. So I want to say that take your wife out, take your husband out. Surprise her, surprise him. Don't say that every day the man should take you out every day on the date. No. Take your wife out, take your husband out. A family hour, family time. You go and sit somewhere and you chat. You go and somewhere to rekindle your life. You go and somewhere to renew your life, your marriage. It is good. It is good. It is good. You see, the rate at which Christians are filing for divorce is too much. It's too much. But I've realized that the Muslims are not filing for divorce. The Muslims are not filing for divorce. But Christians are always filing for divorce. Why is it so? Because the Muslim, they can marry 2-3 women. So the woman, you know that today it is your turn. And the Muslims, the wives are always, they submit to the men. But today, the women are saying equal right. Equal right doesn't mean that you don't have to respect or you don't have to submit to your husband. Now today, if the woman is taking a good pay than the husband, the woman always he wants to be on top of the marriage. He wants to be on top of the relationship. And that is not how God made it. That is not how God made it. God said men should love their wives as Jesus loved the church. And the Bible says that the woman should also submit to the men. The woman should submit to the men. So let us understand some of these things. It takes two, okay, to solve some of these issues. And I said earlier on that if you are a woman and your husband is cheating on you, if you're a woman and your husband is always flirting outside, you have to sit down and ask yourself that, why is it that when you married this guy was not like that? You have to sit down and ask yourself that, What is it? What new? What is it that you can do that your husband can stay home? What new things that you can try that will make your husband stay home? If you are going to understand some of these things, expose your husband to different things. Expose your wife to different things. If you can expose your wife to different things, everything will be all right. Please, Pastor, you can do everything for your husband, but still go for side chicks. What about that? Like, let me answer some of this question. When you married your husband, was he like that? Sometimes I would say no, he wasn't like that. And sometimes, we, the men, the women, you sometimes programmed the guys. The reason why I'm saying that, it wasn't like that from day one. It was not like that from day one. But you always give excuse. Because women, as soon as they marry, you know, because let me tell you, some warrior, a man no warrior. It is the game is different. When no warrior, no, some warrior that's a warrior no, and Kolania de Bema. Now the game is different. All the attention is on the children. All the attention is on the children, and they will tell you that a friend is saying, I am tired, I'm taking care of the children, you know, I'm taking care of. They will give you so many stories. Now, some of the men are dying slowly. Some of the men, because they respect the wife. Some of them, because they respect the relationship or they respect the marriage, they don't want to go outside. And some of the men too, they will go outside. You can do anything for him, but he will still go outside. That's why I'm saying that sit down and discover your strength. Because that woman is doing something that you are not doing. That woman is doing something that you are lacking. That woman is doing something that you are lacking. So sit down and decide to think about how you can do different things with your husband. Yeah? At times, and a guy told me yesterday that, Pastor, when you are going to sleep with your wife can tell you one thing. You want to go to your wife can tell you one thing. It will put you off. And somebody told me, my friend pastor told me yesterday that a man confided in him, and the man said that now his penis is not even working. Because for all these years, anytime that he will go to the wife will complain, I am tired, I am tired, I am so. And even if the wife is not tired, the time that the wife will give the man the chance to have sex with her, the wife will sleep like that, and she will even sleep, and she will not even mind this man. But we need to sit down and discover our strength. There is something that you have that the other man does not have, that the other woman does not have. So sit down and begin to think, why is it that my husband is cheating? Why is that my husband is always going outside? Okay, let me do this, let me do this, let me do this, let me do this, let me do this. Let me do this. Let me do this. Theodora said too much sex is not good though. We can't. Let me do this and let me do this. If you can do different things and try to pamper your husband, I think he will stay. Let us embrace knowledge. Let us embrace different things. Let us do different things. Sometimes the way that we even talk to the husbands, it is not correct. And our women, let me also address this. Sometimes, because of childbirth or giving birth, sometimes we lose shape, we lose form. But we shouldn't allow our body like that. Not body lose like that. We should try as much as possible to be fit. We should try as much as possible so that the body will be in a different form. Okay? Let us try. Let us go to the gym. Let us go to the gym so that we will burn fat. Our stomach, let us go to the gym and let us burn fat. What I said. Let us a man wo fia na fe ode ntoma bonimu o ode ntoma bonimu na wajeja na ho ni tiri hu ne ade basa. You have to make an answer. So let us say, let make sure say that be a best year won't come out. Because if you are a married woman, and your husband is coming home, and when you are home with your husband, and sometimes you don't want to like put on makeup or whatever, but you are going out and you can put on makeup. Okay, come on, no lip gloss or lip shine. What I said, what come on, no. But the thing is that you are supposed, okay, to let your husband admire you, let your husband adore you. And I've been saying this, that these side chicks, they have time for the man. They have time for the man. So as soon as the man will tell him that I will come and visit you, or I'll come home today, I'll come to you today. This side chick will prepare different kind of food or certain food for your husband. This side chick will be on short skirt and she will not even wear pant. The side chick will not even wear pant under. She will not even wear pant too. And she will do makeups on her face and the lip gloss or whatever on the mouth or lipstick on the mouth to look attractive and to look seductive. You understand? But when our women, when they are in the house, they don't want to look attractive to the men, but they want to look attractive outside. What are you are dressing to go and show? What the watch the wine? You are in the house, so make sure say for you to be attractive for your husband. Listen to me. A man can drive from Accra to Kumasi. A man can drive from Accra to Takoradi to go and sleep with a woman and come the following day. Some of the side chicks, they have kids. Jodora, it is not only the woman. These people should stop giving excuse. So it is not only the woman that takes care of the children. I am saying that I have a friend. This friend was in Takoradi. He's not the pastor, and this guy was in Takoradi, and this guy can drive from Takoradi to a brick to go and have sex with a side chick and live there tomorrow, live there the following day to go and have just sex. And if you think that what is it that the wife has that the side chick what is that the side chick has that the wife does not have? There are side chicks. We call them baby mamas. They also have children. I know some of the side chicks, they also have children. We call them baby mamas. We call them baby mamas. They also have children. They have 1 or 2 children. Okay? What else I want to say is that let us stop giving excuse. Let us stop giving these excuses that they don't have children, they don't have children, they don't have children. I am saying that regular sex is good. Regular sex is good. So let us make time for sex. Let us make time for sex. Let us make sure that we are going to enjoy our husbands. Let us make sure that we are going to enjoy the wife that God has given to us. It is very, very important. It is very, very important. Listen to me. The devil does not want to see what? A good marriage. So today, drop any excuse. Drop any excuse. Drop any excuse that you have been given. Drop all the excuse that you have been given. Because the devil wants to see that our marriages will collapse. And if it will collapse, sometimes it comes from what? Sex. It is either the man cannot perform, it is either the woman is always tired. And this tired thing is the national anthem for all. It is the national anthem for the woman. I am tired, I am tired, I am tired, I am tired, I am tired. It is the woman, it is your national anthem. So drop that I am tired. Drop that I'm having this headache. Drop that I am in pain. Drop the I am tired. Drop it today. Drop this I am tired thing. And if we are going to drop this I am tired thing, we are going to see a prosperous marriage. And we are going to see a good marriage. It is my prayer that as we've listened to these teachings, we are going to learn and we are going to apply these teachings in our marriages. And at the end of the day, we are going to see different results in our marriage. See, you have to put it in your mind that the man that God has given you, the woman that God has given you, you are going to live with this woman till death put you apart. So if you are going to live with this woman, if you are going to live with this man till death put you apart, or till you become old, then you have to make sure that this marriage will work. Let us answer some of your questions. Oh, I just came back from work. Oh, I just finished cooking. Yes. Oh, I haven't taken shower. Drop those comments and let him have it. Yes, let him have it. Drop the comment. Drop this comment. Drop this comment. Drop this comment and let him have it. Let him have it. Let him enjoy you. Let him do all the acrobatics. Do experiment. Let your husband, let him do all the acrobatic. Let him do all the experiment. Exposed to new knowledge, exposed to new way of sex, exposed to different levels of sex, exposed to it. Don't say that, don't say that we are showering. Don't say that go shower. Let me tell you, there are some people that they've lived together and the woman, they've not enjoyed good sex. They are not enjoying good sex. Let your husband enjoy good sex. Give all your best to your husband. And the husband should also let the woman enjoy good sex. It is good. It is good. Sex is good. Sex is good. Sex is good. And if we can do it, and if we can perform well, we will see the goodness of God in our life. I said that sex strengthens the emotional bond between the two. Sex always strengthens the emotional bond between the two. So if you try different positions in sex, in styles, if you try different kind of styles, it always strengthens the emotional bond between the two. If you give your husband sex regularly, if you give your husband sex every day, when he is going to work, he will not think about any other woman. Because when your husband is working, you call your husband and tell him that today, prepare yourself. Today you are coming for an away match, or today you are coming for home match. You have to call your husband and prepare his mind. Prepare your husband, prepare his mind. You need to have a certain language for your husband. Okay, so Eugenia, let us talk after the program, okay? Let us talk after the program. Okay. Now, prepare your husband. Prepare his mind. When he was going to work in the morning, prepare his mind in the morning. And you see, I want you to try this. Try morning sex. Try and have sex in the morning. Those who have sex I forgot to say this. Those who have sex in the morning, okay? When you give sex in the morning to your husband or to your wife, sometimes they are always on top of issues. They always like strengthen your margin, boost your margin to when they are going to work. They have this kind of different add-on. Yes, add-on. They always have different kind of. They are always happy. They are always happy when they are going to work. When your wife is at the workplace, call your wife and talk to your wife. Send her a message and let her know that tonight, anaju dear. See, let us have that kind of intimacy. Let us have that kind of love. Let us cultivate this kind of habit. Let us cultivate, because Your husband is for you and for you alone. So how are you going to make him happy? Your wife is for you and for you alone. How are you going to make him happy? How are you going to make her happy? You can only make her happy by doing new things in that marriage. By doing new things in that marriage. My name is Pastor Ekuwashen, and if today is your first time watching this program, please like our page, Power Unlimited TV. Like this page or follow the page right now, and please let us share this video. Let us share this video. If there is something that you don't understand, please leave a comment below, and after the program, I will respond to you. And please, I want to thank all the people that watched us for the first time, and I want to thank everybody for making time to watch this program. Without you, this program ain't me successful. I want to thank everybody. I want to thank everybody for watching this program. My name is Pastor Ekuwashen. Tomorrow evening, exactly 7 p.m., I will be coming your way 7 p.m. And please try and share this video. Share this video. And Eugenia, try and contact me after the program and let's talk. Let's talk, okay? Let's talk. God bless you for watching, and please share this video. I want everybody here to share this video for us. Share this video for us, and please try and like this page so that you will get notification to watch our subsequent video. Every evening at 7 p.m., Power Unlimited, we stream live on Facebook. My name is Ekuwashen, and I'll be coming your way again tomorrow exactly 7 p.m. God bless you for coming. Bye-bye.